I'm Sucheta Singh in James Bay, and you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV.
On today's show, bracing for the big one with earthquake awareness, how pink charity fights cancer, and later on in the show, sipping coffee in Chemainus with a side order of art. All that and much more coming up on Go Island.
It's estimated about 22.5 million people in sub-Saharan Africa are living with HIV. In 2010, about 1.2 million people actually died from AIDS in that region, and about 1.5 million were infected with the HIV virus. And that's part of AVERT, which is a charity based out of the UK. That's their stats. So there are a lot of charities out there, of course, helping people out there, and one of them is African Aid Angels. Hi.
Hi.
This is Carol Sherwood. Right. What is African AIDS Angels?
African AIDS Angels raises money for 4 projects in Southern Africa, and we've been doing it since 2001.
And where does all this money go?
It goes to the 4 projects that we support. It goes directly to them from our bank account to their bank account. It supports 2 orphanages and a hospital that counsels mothers who are HIV positive and helps them with the birth of their babies, and another project in Malawi that supports families where the breadwinner is HIV positive and needs supplementary food.
Now, for the Angels, it's volunteers making these little dolls.
That's right, yes. And we use donated materials, so our costs are really low. We're able to send 95% of what we raise over to Africa. Each year we've been raising about $40,000. Some of it's from cash donations, but the Angels make up the majority of the money. This year on November 17th, we're having an open house at the Swan Lake Nature Center, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, November 17th.
That's great, and it goes towards a good cause.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Carol.
You're welcome.
All right, to our first story. They say it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when the big one happens. And that's the big push behind the annual shakeout. Nikki Winishin has our story. It's a dubious distinction. It's one of the top killers of women. In Canada, about 23,000 women will be diagnosed with it by the end of 2012. So it's no wonder that there have been some creative turns in terms of raising money for breast cancer. Karen Elgersma now with Pink Charity. Our next story, we're down here at the James Bay Community Project, and we're talking African Aid Angels, which of course raises money for people affected by AIDS and HIV in Africa. But we also have a story about African food. James Green now with La Petite Decor. Check it out. As I make an angel, a quick break. When we come back, mixing coffee and art in Chemainus. I don't know how good this is going to be, but we'll try it.
From the teapots on the tables to the paintings on the wall, you're surrounded by art, and everyone's inner artist is encouraged to surface by decorating their own ceramic pieces, which then can be fired and taken home.
Welcome back to Go Island. We are down here at the James Bay Community Project making angels for Africa. It's all to support people affected by AIDS and HIV. On to our next story as I make an angel, or attempt to. Making a go at a coffee shop can be a challenge. That's why finding a creative niche was important to one Chemainus coffee shop owner. Terry Church has our story. As I get some help making a bow for my angel, I can be creatively challenged sometimes. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Dan Kahn hits the streets to talk politics south of the border in his next installment of Talk to Me.
Mitt Romney, Barack Obama. Do you care? Should you care?
I want that one. Yeah, I want that.
Do you care about them at all?
No, I do not.
Welcome back to Go Island. We are here at the James Bay Community Project where we are making African AIDS Angels, and all the proceeds from these angels goes to helping people affected by HIV AIDS in Africa. And some of the ladies here are volunteers. They come on down and they make these little ornaments that will go on sale, and the donations go towards this project. Our next story is about politics south of the border. That seems to be the only topic, it seems like, coming out. The big election coming up. So Dan Kahn hit the streets to ask you if there's any interest on this side of the border in his next episode of Talk to Me. I think I'm done. It doesn't look as nice as some of the others. Look at this one. It's even got a baby. Look at the details on it. You're beautiful, though. And all the information about the African AIDS Angels are available on their website, which is on your screen. And you can get all the information about where to get them and how you can volunteer and all of that. Don't forget, you can check us out on Twitter, Go Island South, Facebook, Shaw TV South Island. Email us, go_islandsouth@shaw.ca for any comments, suggestions, anything that you want. We're there for you. And of course, you can watch the stories over and over again on our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.